Very well, as far as I could judge from the sight of him. You saw the Emperor, then? He entered the Marshal's apartment while I was there. And you spoke to him? Why, it was he who spoke to me, sir, said Dante with a smile. And what did he say to you? Asked me questions about the vessel, the time she left Marseille, the course she had taken, and what was her cargo. I believe if she had not been laden, and I had been her master, he would have bought her, but I told him I was only mate, and that she belonged to the firm of Morrel and Son. Ah, yes, he said, I know them. The Morrels have been shipowners from father to son, and there was a Morrel who served in the same regiment with me when I was in garrison at Valence. Pardieu, is that true? Cried the owner, greatly delighted. And that was Policar Morrel, my uncle, who afterwards was captain. Dante, you must tell my uncle that the Emperor remembered him, and you will see it will bring tears into the old soldier's eyes. Come, come, continued he, patting Edmond's shoulder kindly. You did very right, Dante, to follow Captain Leclère's instructions. And touch at Elba, although if it were known that you had conveyed a packet to the Marshal and had conversed with the Emperor, it might bring you into trouble. Okay, well, now, intrigue has entered the chat. Last week it was Napoleon, and now Morrel is saying, yo, if anyone heard that you were bringing this packet of what? Of this TBD information, maybe it's a locket, maybe it's jewels, I don't know, a packet to this Marshal, and you met with the Emperor, like, you'd be in deep shit. People might be, like, on you for it. So, good thing you didn't know about it. You played ignorant, and that probably saved your butt. Yeah, there's also the reverence, Morrel's reverence of Napoleon, or at least his familial connections to him. And I guess, to me, that kind of like, that indicates that maybe, I don't know. Should we suspect Morrel at this point? It for me, I think maybe requires a little bit of understanding of Alexander Dumas and his whole deal. Like, I'll look that stuff up later, but like, I guess I don't know, like, what was Dumas' political affiliations? Did he think Napoleon was like a chill dude? Someone, that we should look up to, or was he like, yo, that dude was a dictator and did a lot of damage. Maybe we need to slow our roll on our reverence for Napoleon, and therefore giving a character who is reverent to Napoleon a sort of patina that we 200 years later have kind of lost sense of without a historian's help. If nothing else, Morrel seems a little bit like a star fucker. Like, I can see him at some sort of foppish dinner party, cornering people, saying like, oh, my cousin had an encounter with that ghastly Lord Byron. According to him, he's a Category 1 Vulgarian. So he's just enamored with any potential connection he has to fame. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself on Morrel. He oddly, of these three characters, he's the one that I can't quite pinpoint. And we are 1 week into this story so far. But what happens here? What do we got to remember for tomorrow? Okay, so Dante confirms that he met Napoleon and, Marshal Bertrand. Napoleon is interested in his ship. Is it just idle curiosity? Like a ship comes on to the island of Elba and he's like, okay, so what's going on here? Trying to fit it into his overarching, military strategy, or is he like expecting something, or does he sense, like the people on the dock that sense something was off about the ship? Does Napoleon have this, sixth sense for identifying ships that have cargo he's interested in? I will see you tomorrow to find out more about this whole Napoleon intrigue that's going on. So we'll see you then. Okay, bye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.